Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to class 10th English. Today we are going to deal with the poem How to Tell Wild Animals. Now, what is the meaning of the title How to Tell Wild Animals? Let us see the writer who has written this. The poetess is Carolyn Wells. Okay, the name of the poetess is Carolyn Wells. And she was creating a humorous poem. She has created a humorous poem taking the concept of wild animals, wild beasts and all. When you go into the zoo, into the jungles and all, you can find these animals. For example, can you name some? Yeah, we have already studied from LKG sections, we are studying it, isn't it? Lions, tigers, leopards, then, wild boar, elephants, etc. Let us read this poem and understand how to tell wild animals by its look or by hearing its sound and all. But this poem is in a humorous way. She has dealt it in a humorous way so that we may feel a little bit complicated, like what is she trying to tell us? But still we can understand the concept. Yes, she is talking about this lion. Okay, let us see, let us come into the poem now. I am going to read the poem. Please take that page number and read it along with me. First paragraph, we are going into the first paragraph. As I told you, it is a humorous poem, so listen to it carefully, read it carefully and understand what is the humor inside that. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you will know it is Asian lion. So see children, she is talking about the Asian lion. How did she describe that lion? If you could ever by chance, what is the meaning of by chance? By any means, by all of a sudden you are coming across something to your eastern side, that means towards your eastern region. In India you can go to the eastern side, okay, and you can find somebody advancing towards you, somebody running towards you. Okay, who is large. What is the meaning of large? Very huge in size. And tawny, what is tawny? Tawny means brownish. Its color, the description of it is brownish. And it is a beast. It is a beast, means a wild one, animal, wild animal. Dying means dying. Okay, so literally she is telling, if you see a beast coming by chance at you, then think it is a lion from the eastern part of the region. Okay, that is Asian lion. You know where is Asia, isn't it? In your world map you can see where is Asia. So typically she is talking about the Asian lion. Now let's see the second paragraph. Or if sometime when roaming around a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. So she is talking about the Bengal tiger. What is the humorous thing she is putting it into it? Let us see once again. Or if sometime when you are roaming around in the jungle, or when you are roaming around the zoo or anything, you happen to see a noble beast, noble wild beast. Who is called a noble person? Who does not harm anybody and who is a sober person. Do you think this creature, this Bengal tiger, is a noble person? Yeah, so it is a contrast, isn't it? A noble tiger, isn't it? So noble beast greets you, is greeting you, means it's wishing you hi, good morning, good afternoon or good night. Okay, and next, what is it having? Black stripes. Have you seen a tiger? Yeah, it is having a black stripes on it, isn't it? And just notice if he eats you, and as it eats you, you can notice it. As you know, wild animals may attack you. So simply this poetess is telling in a humorous way that while it is eating you, you can admire the creature. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. What is the meaning of discern? Recognize that tiger. While it is eating you, you can recognize it by looking at this personality. Can you do that? Will you be able to do that? Okay, next stanza. Let us see the next stanza. What does it tell? Stanza 3. If strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you, you'll know it is a leopard. 'Twill do you no good to roar with pain. He'll only leap and leap again. So what is happening here? The poetess is talking about the leopard. Now what is a leopard doing? If strolling forth, what is the meaning of strolling forth? Walking leisurely. You are walking leisurely and you are going ahead, you are going forward and seeing something. What did you see? Something hiding, some skin is hiding somewhere. What is it? Yeah, as soon as he has leapt on you. What is the meaning of peppered? Peppered means scattered. Have you seen the body of a leopard? Yes, there are small spots scattered over it, isn't it? Just like pepper. Have you seen peppercorns? Peppercorns? Yeah, if you powder it and spread it on a sheet, how does it look? The same way this poet is telling that the skin of this leopard is looking like that, peppered type. Okay? And what does it do? And this all is admired when it leaps on you. Leap means what? Leaping on you. It is also coming and attacking you and you are admiring it. Did you understand? So the humorous part is always when the animals are attacking you, you are admiring it. Okay? And describing its features. Next, what they are telling? It is a leopard is a big cat, isn't it? It belongs to the tiger family. I'll do no good, will not be any use. So, whatever you do, you try to stop it from biting you or attacking you, it will leap and leap over and over again on you and attack you and kill you. Did you understand? So, the humorous part is, it is going to attack you. While it is attacking you, you are going to admire it. Its skin color, its language, how it is leaping and all that. Is it running? It is jumping on you. Okay? So, what is the next paragraph telling us? The fourth paragraph. The fourth paragraph, if when you are walking around your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very, very hard, be sure it is a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess, he'll give you just one more caress. So what is happening? Here, a bear, a wild bear is recognized by the poetess. How does she give a description? You are walking around, simply you are walking around and somebody is coming to meet you, a creature is meeting you there. And what does he do? He suddenly comes and hugs you tight. Will you get breathing that time? When somebody is come and hug you very tight, do you get breath? Yeah, the breathing will stop suddenly, isn't it, when it is hugged properly. And when you try to detach that hug, what will happen? The bear will hug you more tightly. Caress means more tightly and you are choked to death. Okay, the humorous part is the hugging. In houses and all, you meet your baby sister and you give a hug. You give a hug to your mother, you give a hug to your father and all. So do they say that I am breathless, please don't hug me so tight? So this type of a tight feeling is felt when this wild bear is hugging you. Okay? So the fourth paragraph is talking about the wild bear. What is the fifth stanza talking about? Though to distinguish beasts of prey, a novice might nonplus, the crocodile you always may tell from the hyena thus. Hyena come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. So this poetess is comparing two wild animals. Which are they? The hyena. Have you seen a hyena? Yeah, in zoos and all, right? It looks just like fox and a little bit different. And then what is the next one? It's a crocodile. Where do you find a crocodile? Right, good. Inside water, ponds, near the ponds and all. Sometimes it is resting in near the banks of the river and all that. So the poetess is comparing both. What is it doing? What is she telling us? Though means although. Though means although we can distinguish. Distinguish means differentiate between the crocodile and hyena. Beast of prey. They are beasts of prey. Different type beast of prey. Animals which hunt other animals. Okay. Nonplus means confuse. They may confuse you. Why? The sound hyena makes is like of laughing. Okay. The sound. Have you heard the sound of hyena? Yes. It looks as though it is laughing in front of us. Okay. And it will confuse us, and we think that it is a crocodile also, because the sound of the crocodile is also similar to that of hyena. Okay, a large reptile with hard skin and big jaws. And what is the meaning of merry? Merry is happiness. So both are showing a typical happiness feeling, but inside it is not happy, it is showing its own cruelty. Okay, both these animals are showing the cruelty, and we can't distinguish between them sometimes. That is what the main point the poetess is pointing us. Okay. Now let's move on to stanza 6. Okay, the last stanza is sixth one. Let us read that first. The true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. He hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, it's the chameleon you see. So what is it? A chameleon is a lizard type of a thing, wild animal, which can change its color according to the situation. If it is on the leaf, it will change to the leaf color. If it is sitting on the branch, it will change to the brown color. So whenever we are looking at the tree, this poetess is telling that we cannot see that chameleon, but you have to imagine the chameleon is there. Did you understand? So it is a sort of lizard which doesn't have any ears, it seems. Okay, and doesn't have a single wing. You know what is a wing? Yes, the birds have wings, isn't it? So the chameleon does not have a wing. Now we have described lot of wild animals through this poem. Which are they? First one is, can you tell me what is the first one? Yeah, Asian lion. Very good. The next one is the Bengal tiger. Then fourth one is bear, the wild bear. Then fifth one, we are dealing with two animals which are the crocodile and the hyena. And sixth one, we are dealing with the chameleon. Okay, so read this poem properly and understand it once more what the humor is about. They are attacking us and we are describing its features while they are attacking. Okay? Thank you, children.